That happens.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I would.
Never mind. Don't need it.
Okay.
Oh no! I didn't even notice. My God. Hey, welcome back. I know it's been a couple days. Unfortunately, I already had this done, and I got sidetracked on some other stuff, real life, and didn't get to it until today. Uh, but that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I'll show you the tabs from this rogue exile farm, the last 50. I'll show you the tree that we utilized, and then I'll show you the breakdown. So first off, this was just one of the different tabs. As you can see, we have quite a lot of randomized junk, a lot of maps, a lot of jewels, but nothing extraordinary here. That is a max rolled golden plate. I don't know why the name evades me, but this is a max roll. So that was pretty cool. Um, here's another tab. A lot of stuff. There's a T1 poison on hit. Uh, anything else? Nothing else stuck out, but there you go. Next, we have this one. Again, not a lot of stuff here. There's a Wilma's. This wand up here in the top right, this actually is a +1 to all spells. We actually got two +1 to all spells. Made us about 12 divines between the two. This is the jewel tab. Once I started splitting everything up so that you could see what I had, I broke it down. These are all the crappy jewels. Again, I took anything that was max rolled, especially the stat related ones like efficient training and what have you. Those all sold for 10, 15 C a piece. And this is the actual rare jewels that drop corrupted. A lot less this time because I didn't. I had already gone through some of this by the time I made this image. Again, nothing really stuck out. I threw it into a tab that was for sale for, I want to say, the last 3 days, and none of them sold. So nothing had good stats, good enough stats that people were looking for. This one is a fun one. This is just a random image I took. I thought that was pretty cool. This has happened a couple of times. Just nothing but uncorrupted six links, a whole stack of them. It happened again, not too long after this, actually. So that was really cool. This is our main breakdown of loot. A lot of these things were interesting to say the least, but not everything here was worth a lot of money. So I'll go through a couple things that we had. We had a one of the creatures, one of the summonable creatures that you can buy. This one here is about 120 C. This Saints of this Saint Chains of Command. Come on now. This Chains of Command up here actually corrupted with +2 minion. So I thought that was interesting. That was probably useful. Uh, we got this mace, this the minion mace. Got that out of an actual vendor inside of the Wildwood. So that was cool. Got an Aziri's foible, kind of just random. This is that max rolled chest. This is a max rolled Calm's Heart. I don't know if anybody would use that, but it was a max rolled. Let's see here. This Perseverance actually dropped with +5. Yeah, +5 Dex and Int corruption. Let's see here. A lot of these are corrupted, and they corrupted with really high stats. I would say like three to four tier one stats. Like this Baron's helm that actually corrupted into a yellow. This thing has like T1 strength, T1 int, T1 life. This quiver +1 to arrow corruption. Of course, if you notice here in the corner, we have a good old Rain of Splinters. The main reason we did this, after 100 maps, we got one. This one corrupted, or what? Obviously, this one is a 32%, so it's actually one of the better ones. It rolled really well. It's 1% higher than the one that I had already purchased, so it almost replaced what I had. Uh, Anathema, a Dead Reckoning, which nobody uses. This Venter's actually rolled really well, but it was corrupted, so you can't really do much to it. You can now with this current patch, you can put a corruption on it. 4 Raw Divines, which was surprising, but that's about what we got last time. We got about what 6, 7 last time, with the exception of the altar. A Storm Shroud down here. A couple of good corruptions on clusters. I think one of them is overwhelmed physical damage. The other one is +1 lightning pen. These are some two dusts. They all rolled perfect 20%. They all sold for 1 divine. This was a tier 2 suppression fracture on a zodiac leather. So energy from within. There you go. There's that. These are two 12 passive large 85s bow. These are bow. 12 passive large bows. These are both worth some cash. I have not sold them yet. I'm still dicking around with my build. If you want me to go over the build real quick, I'm not going to do that here. I didn't make this build. I just looked at somebody on PoE Ninja and kind of emulated what they had. I had to learn what they did all this stuff for, the method to the madness, so to speak. This build in its current iteration, according to POB on Uber bosses, is about 1.2 million, I think it is, dot damage, and then on normal bosses and the rest of the game, basically is it's about three and a half. It's somewhere between 3 and 3.5 million dot damage poison. So it's a really strong build. It actually works rather well, and if you're really quick, you can do the new abyss farming with the multiple projectile maps. Because you just got to pay attention and run away, and you can drop them somewhere else so that it doesn't kill it. It works. You're not the tankiest, but yeah, there's that. I don't have anything else in those images, but we do have the tree. So let's go over the tree real quick. Breach. These breaches did nothing. So after the first 25, we killed breach completely. Didn't provide us anything. It was actually quite impressive how bad. Ignore the meticulous appraiser. I changed that after I took the image. I don't know why I had that. I wasn't paying attention. I thought that it would help us with the jewels at first, and then I was like, well, with the league mechanic, you don't really need that. Everything else stayed the same after the first 25. The only thing that changed is I took these out and these out, and I put more points into. Actually, I put points into Delhi. That's what it was. So we put some points in here and in here just to get more maps and more map with Delirium on it and what have you. We never use this, and I did put Delhi orbs on as much as I could. It was almost all of them. So for the few that we didn't, we ended up getting Delhi mirrors anyway. Delhi was very good, very lucrative, just because it is Delirium. And this is our breakdown. All right, I'm going to go over this as quick as possible because I don't want to take too much time. We're at 10 minutes right now. So we got 247 scarabs, all sorts of currencies, 1,300 fusings. But we got all these currencies. If you want to take a look, pause it, take a look at everything that I counted. Again, I didn't count all the bubblegum currency. I try to not do that. What some of this stuff is. This all came up to about 18 divines. So there you go. So as you can see, we took burial chambers, got 31 of those, some vault temples, common uniques, and then a couple of the ones that are worth a little bit of money. All the generic maps, quite a lot of maps, 5.5 ish divines. Divination cards, not a lot of divination cards actually. In fact, we've barely got anything worth any currency. Anarchy's Price, the Voltaxic Rift card, we got one of those. I think that was just because of an altar. Nothing else of note. Were the items, like I said, we had a few things. We had some tabulas, big deal. A +2 minion helm dropped, which was corrupted with a lot of T1 mods. This thing actually sold for 2 divines. This Perseverance actually sold for, I want to say, a divine. Let's see here. We got a Healthy Mind that rolled with a 20%. That is, that Healthy Mind sold for a divine. All these other ones sold for 10 to 15C. We got the Rain of Splinters. It did sell, in fact, for 8 divine, or 7.5. That's actually what it sold for. So that's actually incorrect. If we want to do that, we'll do that. Large cluster. The bow one actually sold one of those for 4 divines. Those were worth some cash. A 3 passive chaos high level was an 85. So there you go. There's a couple of the plus ones. They both sold. One sold for 3, one sold for 7. So I was a little inflated there, but yeah, we got about 10 divines for the pair. The +1 quiver did sell. The fractured zodiac did sell. Oh, we got a perfect roll spell suppression pair of boots again, which sold for 2 divines. Energy from within that was max rolled sold for a divine. Here's all of our breakdown for our unique jewels. There you go. That is how many jewels we ended up getting. So, what did we end up getting? 236 jewels. Was this worth it? No. And yes. If you have nothing else to do, go for it. Give it a try. If you really want to farm efficiently, as you can tell, I started this before the tech behind the current Abyss projectile build setup is. So no, I wouldn't do this league. But I can see once they remove this league, because I guarantee you're not going to see it again. When that happens, and the next league is like uh, a begging league where everybody's like hoping to get loot to drop because GGG nerfs everything to the ground. Um, this might be an efficient tool to try to farm up some stuff, some currency, and maybe even get yourself a good Rain of Splinters corruption. You never know. One thing I was hoping to find just because of the memes, and I'm glad I didn't, because it would have also been sad, was some sort of like leather or heavy belt that rolled really well corrupted so that it would show up on my loot filter, just to find out that it was a headhunter or mage blood. Luckily, that didn't happen. So if that did, if anything like that did happen, I wouldn't have known because they didn't roll high enough stats to show on the loot filter. So that would have been the saddest. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the clips. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe as per usual. I am working on a build now, which may or may not work. It's working so far. I just need to get the character up a few more levels to really dive into it. I want to tweak it so that it's not using current league tech, and to make sure that it's not using the tech of what I ended up realizing later on of another build. I'm going to try to tweak it to be a leveler and to be like an early game thing. If it works, hey, you never know. We'll see. But other than that, I appreciate you hanging out. Take care.